Welcome to The Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and The Daily Dish.
Hi, I'm here. How is everyone? Transformational Tip Tuesday. Boy, we need some hair transformational tips here. We got some wild stuff going on here. So it's Transformational Tip Tuesday, and we are talking all this week about peace, how to create it, inner and outer, and all the other things. And I love this subject. I think it's something that we all need to take a peek and visit every once in a while, don't you think? Hi, Kimberline and Juanita. Jocelyn, nice to have you here. Our quote of the week is a really good one, I think, by the way. Hi, Deborah. It's never too late to be what you might have been. This is from George Eliot. This quote is so good because it lets us know that those of us of a certain age, it's never too late. Don't you think that's a thing? That should be a thing anyway. It is never too late to give up on your dream. Don't ever give up on your dreams. It's never too late to attain them. Hello, Flynn, Catherine, Nancy's in the house. Nice to have you all here. You know, we're flying through this whole holiday season. I don't know about you, but I just feel like, is it even here? Did Thanksgiving happen yet? Everything has just gone so quickly. Anyway, so we're talking about all the things today about what peace is, about creating peace in our homes, in our lives, in our hearts, in whatever it is that we need to create. Divine Life Advocates. Is that Diane? Hi, Diane. It's good to see you. Thanks, Nancy. I appreciate that. Jackie's in the house. Good to have you here. Catherine, lovely to have you here as well. Hello, everybody. So Saturday, January 8th, we're doing our new workshop for the first one for January, for 2022, is Creating a Vibrant 2022. And this workshop I'm extraordinarily excited about. I'm going to give you a link. Go check it out and see, is this something that I should be a part of? savingdinner.com/vibrant 2022. Hey, Corliss. Good to see you. Anne, I'm glad you're here. Allison, in the house. Beverly, Terry, nice to see you as well. Obtaining peace every day in every way. Amen, sister. You keep preaching that. I love that. Now, we always have a special of the week. We used to call it supplement of the week, but we changed that because we've also, if you've noticed, we've had our skincare there too as well. So here's what we have this week is our multivitamin. If you buy 3, you'll get the 4th one absolutely free, which is a fantastic screaming deal. This is how you need to be buying your supplements, y'all. savingdinner.com/show. That's where you're going to find it. And you can take advantage of this really great deal. I've got Mark on this. I know a lot of women have their spouses on this multi. It works for everyone. And it's a very good formula. It's really substantial, very well balanced. Inner Circle is a waiting list right now, waiting list only. And we've had so many people re-up. And we've got a big waiting list going. So strong suggestion, if it's something that you might be even just the teensy bitsiest, wanting to be a part of, it's time to get your name on that list because the email is going out. savingdinner.com/wait. That's how you can get on that wait list. Okay. And you're going to want to do that because once everybody in Inner Circle is done renewing and goes through the wait list, then it's going to go to our general email list. And by then, probably the seats will be scant, if any. Seriously. I'm not trying to put a big ooh, this is all the things. Forget about it. Forget about it. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm just trying to let you know, this is exactly what it is. We cap it at 50. So just so that you all know. Hi, Terry, Kathy, Lucy's in the house too. Nice to have you all here. Also, what else can I tell you about our text message? Okay, have anybody on the text message list? I sure hope so. Our text message list is going to take you to the next level and give you gifts and prizes. Martha just won the satin pillowcases. And this is where you do this. The phone number is 855-960-3720. You put that phone number in the text message thing, right? And then you put the word join. Then just add it to your contacts so you have it. Hey, Lynn. Hi, Joanne. So good to see you. Look at everybody in here. So fun to have everyone. So that is, I think, the full thing. Also, we're sending out skincare emails. Have you been reading them? This is something that you're going to start getting with your skincare, our skincare guide. And if you buy the full set, all of our skincare products, you're going to get this little, this thing just lights me up. I know it's just this dumb little thing, but you put like 10 pumps of a balanced cleanser in there, fill it with water to here. Yeah, that's what it does. And it makes this fluffy, creamy, dreamy stuff that you put on your face. Oh boy, we're just going to love this stuff. Can I just tell you about it? It's the best. We have a few Ultimate Mix books left. This is what happens when you buy an Ultimate Mix book. You get to make up your own seasoning blends. We have 20 recipes like that. See, isn't that beautiful? And then we give you the labels so that you can just buy some cheap jars off of Amazon and ta-da! Now you've got something really special to give someone for Christmas. Don't you love that? You know you do. Hey, Sarah's in the house. Good to have you here. Anyway, we have all of that, and I'm sure there's something else that I'm missing. If so, somebody just tell me. I don't know. I don't know what's up. All right, let's get down to it. You want to get into the transformational stuff? You know, it's interesting. I've had, we have a bunch of people. And by the way, if you're on Inner Circle, go grab your appointment. Get your appointment made so we can have our one-on-one. My schedule's filling up, and I really don't want to miss that time with you. So I hope that we'll do that. And that's right. We also have our Christmas dinner menus. That's a pretty big thing. They're free at savingdinner.com/Christmas. So check that out. There we go. We got Helen here too. Good to have you here. And we also forgot about that. We also have gift certificates available. We have people asking for them, and they bought them last year. We forgot all about that. We put them up. So find them at savingdinner.com/gift. And you can choose the amount that you want. We have 4 different amounts. You can just choose that. And if you want to get really fancy or whatever, you can just email us and we'll create one for you if you want to do something different than what we have there. Let's talk about this idea of peace. We've been talking about peace. And yesterday we went through the whole bit about she who lives in harmony with herself lives in harmony with the world. Remember that, the Marcus Aurelius quote? And how our alignment assignment, it needs to merge thoughts, action, and equals peace. Because sometimes the peace we are not experiencing is what's going on in our heads. Hey there, Beth. Good to see you. Angie, thanks for stopping by. So if you've ever heard this thing that you need inner peace before you can have outer peace, I'm going to tell you right now, I firmly disagree with that assessment. And there's a reason why. And I'm going to take you through all of this. And it's only because this is based on my own personal experience. It's through visual peace and making that decision to have visual peace in my home that I finally got to that place where it was either my home was either blown up or it was neat as a pin. There was no in between. There was no whatever, and I couldn't figure out how to bridge that gap between the mess and having everything just in a row. And I've been talking to a lot of my lovelies when we were sitting down and talking about different things that we're trying to create in our homes and trying to have in our lives. And as far as I can say, as far as, in my time on this earth, this is what I have connected with, is that the visual piece and the inner piece go hand in hand, because what we're seeing is a direct reflection to what's going on inside. At least that's how I see it. I recognized for myself that I was living a high stress lifestyle, not just simply because of what was going on, but what was going on around me was an indicator that all was not well inside of me. That's how I connected to that. And I believe that's because the stuff in your head is about the condition of your home. And sometimes this is how I lived it anyway. It was, I get on the scale and the scale would dictate my mood and how I was going to feel that day. If the scale was up, I felt like crap. If the scale was down, I thought, oh, I did something right. That was my end indicator. And then all around me was also an indicator on how I was doing. All of that, I allowed that to make my peace for me or not. And what I've noticed was that when you allow for this, then those things all get in the way and act as gigantic obstacles to getting what you truly, truly want, because you're obsessed and thinking about all these things that you truly, truly don't want to be thinking about, like what's on the scale and all of that. And I'm not saying that that's the way to go. I'm just telling you that this is how I lived it. This is what I did. And it destroyed me. But when I found too, that I think one of the very first steps that we can get to this place where we can finally attain this idea of peace is by connecting the dots between what's going on out there in your world and what's going on inside. And if there is something that you can do to create that visual piece, it will have a reflection on the inside as well. So here's a couple of things that I found. There's science involved with all of this, so it's interesting. Clutter and disorganization have a cumulative effect on your brain. I did not know that. Did you know that? So when we're living in visual chaos, we feel the impact of that inside. So Marie Kondo show. Anybody ever see that? My goodness. Marie Kondo show. If you watched it, I mean, you immediately got sucked into the whole thing. She'd walk into these people's homes and it was just piled up. Mostly people, from what I saw anyway, a lot of hoarders, or borderline hoarding or whatever, and just this inability to really get with it. Her method was to pull everything out and to go through it one thing at a time, which honestly, I was almost hyperventilating into a bag when I watched it. It was just ridiculous. But what struck me was the emotional connection that people made with their stuff and how important this was and how it made them feel, and how this desire for this one thing of peace was in direct conflict with all the stuff everywhere. And I'm going to tell you, this inner conflict of not being able to let go of the clutter, that is standing directly in front of the peace that, anyone is hoping to attain. There's a direct thing. Now, for the record, I'm a Fly Lady fan. You all know that, right? That's how I met Marla years and years ago, when I was just a writer for a newspaper, and I wanted to do a story on her. And that's how we met. That's how we became friends and all of that. But it was through this very process that I went through it all, and I did it a little bit at a time. I had the mentality that it all had to be done at once or it wasn't good enough. And she, with her baby steps and routines and all of that, she changed the narrative of that. And thankfully for me, and it took a while, but it wasn't until I broke it down and recognized that what is standing in front of me, the peace that I am trying to attain in my life, is in the very clutter that's on the countertops in my house. The peace that I want is being obstructed by the stuff in my house. That's one of the things. So I say that clutter messes with your peace. It just does. And it interferes with other aspects of your life and comes between you and your goals and the vibrancy that you're trying to attain in your life. So the research is really, and there's more research. It's more than just one thing. It's interesting. The research shows that the visual distraction of clutter creates cognitive overload. It reduces your working memory. Isn't that incredible? And it creates more cortisol. So you end up living in a low level fight or flight cortisol over doing things. Your cortisol is the stress hormone, and it's constantly going off because of the constant distraction of all of those things. So the result is anxious, stressed out, and consumed. This is what the research is showing. And it can create a chemical imbalance. You're less likely to sleep well, more inclined to get sick, greater risk of type 2 diabetes, poor food choices, more snacking and snack foods. all of this? Really? So this is what I read. It's a Yale study. And they found that it negatively influences the perception of our homes and of ourselves. Because we take, especially and can I say this, without anybody thinking this is a sexist remark? I don't think it's a sexist remark. It is a thing that every woman wants to have her home, her nest, her place. I think every human wants that, but especially for women, I think we really take a lot of pride in that. We identify with our homes, and this is why this becomes such an important thing. So this Yale study found that the clutter negatively influences the perception of our homes and of ourselves, and ultimately the satisfaction we get out of our lives. So I wrote down 9 things. That's all I could think of. These are 9 things off the top of my head, so you can go with me on this, of what it is that might help with some of these things. And for some of you, I've spoken with several of my coaching clients on this whole thing, because it's funny how these things all connect and all go together, kind of marching down, the aisle together like that. But I understand from my perspective and from where I am and what I have, done. I'm just going to share with you some of the things that I've done and some of the things that I'm still a work in progress. If you could come into my office right now, you'd say definitely you're a work in progress. Anyway, number 1 is conquer the clutter. This is the big thing. We continually hold on to things that maybe have been outgrown or whatever, and to be able to give stuff away, to be able to box it up and bag it up and gift somebody with that, or donate it to some great worthy cause, or just get rid of it and shred it and recycle it, or whatever it is that we do. The feeling that brings with it when you do it is everything, and that is the reflection of that snippet of visual peace that creates the inner peace inside that we're all looking for. Number 2, my suggestion, this is my thing. This is not necessarily really a fly lady thing, though it is in some ways, is one room at a time until it's done, though. I know that you could skip around and do everything. She has zones and all of this put together. But for me, what I found was when I just stayed with the process and finished and did one thing at a time, it made all the difference in the world, because it made it that much more, the finished product gave me a big gave me a big dopamine hit and made me feel really good that I had gotten it done. So I think one room at a time is the way to go. I mean, obviously you still have to do other things, but start in that the one room where it really is going to make a difference to you, the one room that will change everything. I had a girlfriend who did this, and she did her laundry room, because she's, all her kids and everything. She had a ton of laundry that needed to get done. Okay, well, that made sense for her. You got to figure out what makes sense for you and start there. Number 3, baby steps and routines. That's all Fly Lady stuff. I'm sure you've seen that before on Fly Lady. But she's right. That's a framework, and it gives you an opportunity to follow through every single day and to do it. You don't have to do it exactly the way maybe she would want you to do it or tell you to do it. There's flexibility in there, of course. This is what's worked for her. Maybe you need to adjust some things slightly for you. I don't know. I did. I didn't stay with the zones. I went in and did that one. I started with one peaceful room. And once I had that one peaceful room done, then I knew it was possible throughout my house. So I'm just sharing my process for you. Number 4, I saw this video on TikTok, and I thought it was so good. Have you seen? There's a lot of these TikTok videos of visually people cleaning stuff and organizing stuff and putting things in containers and putting them all together. Oh boy, it's like, why am I watching this? Why am I spending time watching it? But it's interesting to watch because it's watching somebody transform underneath their sink. Now, I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to spend $100 on all those plastic containers and things like that, so everything has, a place and label make it and everything. I mean, you can take it to an extreme. I think that's an extreme. But I also want to be able to open up the cupboard down below my sink and be able to find things. usually that gets pretty muddled up. So probably have to go in there and clean it. But what they do, I had this one woman did, is she was saying how she, overcame her habit of leaving things out. And so she goes through her whole house, and in it, she's got the video of her taking stuff out and putting it back. And all she's saying throughout the whole thing is, take it out, put it back, take it out, put it back. And everything's in time lapse. And it goes for several minutes. And I just thought, that is the mantra. Because if it comes out, it needs to go back to where it lives. Everything needs a place. So take it out, put it back. I thought that was just so good. I know, very basic, right? But really a good thing to remember. Number 5, if it's a project, treat it as a project. In other words, block off some time, plan what you're going to do, get your supplies together. Do you need boxes to donate and things? And just get ready for it, and get this whole thing done. I even give yourself a deadline. I'm going to have this done by this time. Give yourself plenty of time. But if you do a little bit of something every single day, and then you don't, and you keep the mantra, take it out, put it away in mind, you will get to the place of really getting something done, and probably ahead of time. But all projects, if you have a work project, there's a deadline, right? If you have something in mind, if you're doing things, you project deadlines. Everybody has a project deadline when they're working on a project. Create one for yourself. Number 6 is dress for it. This is the time where you don't want to be, running around in the garage in bare feet. You want to put on some appropriate shoes and not flip-flops and all of that, like Fly Lady says, the lace-up shoes. That is an absolute thing. That was one of the things that just absolutely blew me away when she was talking about, way back when, I'm talking 20 years ago, when she said that, your laced up shoes tell your head it's time to get ready, it's time to work. And I always thought, yeah, when you got those on, you're going to go clean out the garage. Well, it's that kind of an attitude, that kind of a project. If that's what your home has for you and you've got all these projects to do, then get ready. Project time. Get your shoes on. Number 7 is decorate later. This is the time where if you are doing this kind of a project, if you're making your home into a project and breaking it down into the different places, the different rooms that you are doing, then what you want to do is start to create a Pinterest board of things that you like. If you get to start from scratch, then go ahead and enjoy the process. So I've got a lot of Pinterest boards, and I learned this from, I was reading an article, I think it was on realtor.com or something, and they were talking about how everybody who is on any of these HGTV shows where they come in and they before and after it, they're all required to have Pinterest boards and show the host the Pinterest board so they have an idea of what your taste is and what you like. So I thought that was interesting. And what a fun idea. Number 8 is the vibrant vision board it. This is a reflection of who you are, remember? And so if we have a vibrant vision board of what we want our homes to look like, what we want the feel to be, of what we want most of, what the color palettes that we like. We want a kitchen with white cupboards versus dark cupboards versus whatever. Now's the time to do it. And those, you can make vibrant vision boards. Flynn's good at this. She makes vision boards for just different things that she's thinking about. What if you had a vibrant vision board for every room of your house? This is what I want this is what I want my bedroom to be like. This is what, a Pinterest board is one thing, but a vibrant vision board, quite another. What if that was your goal for next year, is to create a visual piece in each room of your house so that your home is your sanctuary and you love being there. Number 9 is just a quick hint. This is one thing that I did and it really helped and could help you as well. And that is to start every day with your first accomplishment of making your bed. When you make your bed, that's saying, I've got one accomplishment already under my belt. Psychology Today says 71% of bed makers are happier than most people. And the reason why is they feel more successful. Doesn't that make sense? So that's what I have for you. This is not a great big show today, but we're talking about peace all this week and how we are to create that in our lives. I would be remiss to not talk about visual peace because it's a big thing when your home is actually creating more stress and more cortisol. And I just want to see you get to the place of being blessed by your home and not burdened by it. Visual peace is a big deal. And I want you to be able to feel that every day on a regular basis. So I hope that helped. Don't forget, if you are thinking about it, now is the time to go get signed up for Creating a Vibrant 2022. You can find the link at savingdinner.com/vibrant 2022. We're going to spend the whole day workshopping together. It is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for this. So if you're going, start thinking about it, and also think about the VIP pass for Friday night. That's going to be a lot of fun. And number 2, the other thing that you're really going to want to do is start collecting some magazines. Start collecting them, because we're going to need them for our Vibrant Vision workshop. James is going to be there. Yay! I know Joanne is too. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow for Wise Women's Wednesday. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.